pot. And the other thing you need to do is use deductive reasoning to try to figure out what your opponents have. And you do this through a lot of observation, a lot of experience, and you ought to be able to narrow down the possibilities of what your opponent's cards are at any one time. But having said all of that, Ginny,
it sounds so easy.
well, I mean, there's that skill element that's involved, but you still, at the end of the day, need luck. And I can give you an example of that. If you started off a hand with ace-king, that's a very, very powerful hand. And in almost no circumstance would you fold that hand. On the other hand, in this very same hand, I had a queen-queen to start with. That's also a very powerful hand. There's very few circumstances, in fact, there's only two, in which I would fold that hand. That is, if I knew you had ace-ace or king-king.
Right.
In any other situation, I would play that hand. Now, that means you and I probably have all of our money in the pot at that time. Now, who's going to win the hand? Well, it turns out my queen-queen is a 52% chance of winning. Your ace-king is 48%. That's basically 50-50. That's a flip of the coin, and that's where luck is involved.
True.
As to who actually comes out on top.
And a lot of patience.
Well, you have to wait. You actually have to play a lot of hands, have a lot of hands dealt to you. You actually will not play the majority of hands.
Now, what is the poker face? Do you have one?
I certainly try to have one when we're playing
what does that
poker.
mean?
But what it really means is a total lack of expression in your face, in your body movements, in the inflection of your voice. What you're basically trying to do is not give any indication to your opponent, who's going to be staring at you the whole time, whether you have a good hand or a bad hand.
I don't think I could ever play poker. I would just be giving everything away, I'm sure. Poker is considered a form of gambling.
Well, in California, actually, it's considered a game of skill.
Okay.
So it's actually not gambling, which is why you have poker.
So is that a lure? Is that a factor as to that would be something that interests people, or do you think that it's a discouraging thing?
No, I think what the allure is the fact that you can win a lot of money playing poker.
So it's the dollars.
It's dollars, but it's also a competition. So if you enjoy competition, it's like any other game. There's actually a very clear consequence to winning, and the winning happens to be cash, which is a very good thing for most people. So I think that it's the money, quite frankly.
So this tournament that you participated in, do you pay money to enter it, or is it just?
Yeah. All of these you have to pay money. But
you need to invest money to make money.
That's right. That's right. But this is where I think also technology has played a role with the online poker sites, because basically they allow you to play poker 24/7 as long as you have an internet connection. And the beauty of this is they usually sponsor qualifiers to get into these live poker games. For instance, I invested $25 on an online poker site. I won my way a seat onto the Party Poker $1,000,003 cruise. That seat was worth $9,000, by the way.
Wow.
And the winner of the tournament won $1 million.
Wow. Now, Bill, as very responsible adults, I feel almost like we should be saying